Graham Linehan, 56, charged with criminal damage and harassment as Father Ted creator issues response. Now, there was a little bit of an incident with an activist and Graham. Guess what kind of activist it was? But anyway, Father Ted co-creator Graham Linehan has been charged with criminal damage and harassment without violence offences. Harassment without violence. Pardon. The 56-year-old writer is due to appear at Westminster Magistrates Court on May the 12th. The charges are understood to relate to an alleged incident at the Battle of Ideas Festival on October 19th, 2024. Basically, there was protesters turned up at the event. Graham was even tweeting about it at the time and even filmed the alleged person who's made the complaint and everything, and you'll be able to see. You'll be able to see what happened. Linehan, a five-time BAFTA award winner, is also known for writing hit TV shows, including The IT Crowd and Black Books. The IT Crowd's amazing, and I really liked The IT Crowd because at the time that was my job. So I related to the show very, very heavily. See how that whole have you tried turning it off and on again? It's not, I mean, that wasn't, I mean, like, there was a laugh in the show, and I was just sitting there like that. Yeah, because 9 times out of 10, that's what fixes it. The Crown Prosecution, I do love Black Books as well, that's a great show. The Crown Prosecution Service confirmed the charges in a statement today. Writing on social media, Linehan claimed he was being charged for defending myself against a deranged and dangerous trans activist who was basically going up to people and shoving a camera right in their faces, basically doing the Scientology thing. Have you seen what the Scientologists in America do? Well, or even protesters over here, because I had that Paul Sillett guy try and do it to me, where they go like that to get you to jump and defend yourself, and then they're like, "Officer, he hit me," and then they basically antagonize you into being violent with them. They put you in a situation where you feel you need to defend yourself, and then they make you look like and then they make themselves out to look like a victim just to get you in trouble. What's it called? Bear baiting. I think, or bull baiting. I forget what it's called, but basically that's what this person was doing, and sadly, Graham might have taken the bait. I know it's very, very hard to keep your cool with these people, but unfortunately, Graham seems to have taken the bait. He admitted to throwing away the phone of an activist whom he accused of harassing attendees at the festival. So the person was going up and literally putting their phone right in people's faces. And I think if someone rams a phone right in your face, you should be allowed to grab it and whip it away. That's what you should be allowed to do. That person's shoving something right in your face. However, Graham took the bait. According to its website, the Battle of Ideas event allows people to debate issues facing society in a full and frank manner, which is how all debates should be discussed. A CPS spokesperson said Graham Linehan is due to appear at Westminster Magistrates Court for a first hearing to face charges of harassment without violence and criminal damage on 12th May. The writer has maintained that he was defending himself during the incident. Linehan continues to be active on social media, where he has built a following for his gender critical stance. The court hearing next month is expected to address both the criminal damage and harassment without violence charges. No further details about the alleged victim have been released by authorities, but Graham's already posted it on Twitter. Linehan has become known for his criticism of the trans rights movement in recent years. The incident marks the latest chapter in what has become a contentious public stance for the Irish comedy writer. After being contacted by the Mirror, Linehan issued a statement claiming this is part of a long history of the police acting as a goon squad for trans rights activists. And because basically the police weren't doing anything about this person harassing people at the event and going up and ramming their phones in people's faces. But then as soon as Graham does something, yeah, then the arrest happens. In the statement, which he also posted on social media, he made allegations about the alleged victim in the case. I look forward to exposing him and them in court, the writer added. Linehan has previously claimed that his career and marriage have been destroyed over his gender critical views. He has also said he has lost his career, family, and friends after getting caught up in the trans debate, because the very unfortunate thing about Graham right now is basically all of entertainment is toe the party line or you're gone. Toe the party line or you're gone. Where even someone who's a titan of comedy now, I'll save it for the end about the situation between me and Graham. We're friends now. Don't worry about it. But basically, you know, like him or not, he's a titan of comedy. Look, I'm sorry, Father Ted and IT Crowd were some of the best comedy shows ever made. And so was Black Book, so was the other stuff that he's worked on. He is a genuinely talented comedy writer, like him or loathe him, right? He is extremely good. But um, all of his old friends, some of them are starting to warm up to him now that they realise that the trans stuff has got way out of control. But basically, because he works in the entertainment industry, the way the entertainment industry works is toe the party line or your career's over. That's it. Doesn't matter if you're a titan like Graham, even he got shoved to the side and got hyper cancelled. That's why you can see everybody, like people like Frankie Boyle, Sacha Baron Cohen, and all the Jim Jeffries, even, who basically built their entire careers on like very, very offensive comedy, doing what we call pulling the ladder up behind them and going, oh, offensive comedy's actually bad now, and you're bad for doing it, while they sit next to their swimming pool sipping Cristal with the millions that they made from offensive comedy. Yeah, those fucking hypocritical bastards. Yeah, them. That's why even they are all going, oh no, no, left wing good, right wing bad, ah ha ha, fuck the Tories. That's the first time this joke's ever been made on TV, isn't it? Like that's what it is now. Basically, if you want to still be in show business, then you have to completely alter your political opinions to toe the party line. Sadly, that's just the way it works. You want to be in mainstream, be left wing. That's the way it is. Everyone goes, no, there's conservative comedians on TVs like Jeff Norcott. His last appearance was in 2013. Shut up. But anyway, uh, born in Dublin, Linehan survived cancer in 2018 and has continued to be a prominent voice in British comedy. He penned a memoir, Tough Crowd, How I Made and Lost a Career in Comedy, published in October 2023, which reached number 10 on the Sunday Times bestseller list. I was also mentioned on that book. In 2023, he staged a stand up comedy show outside the Scottish Parliament after his original Edinburgh Fringe venue cancelled his booking over his views. Now, this is the funny thing is, like, the Fringe were saying, we don't do that. The Fringe is open to all people in comedy. And then they started shutting everybody down. Then they started shutting down all the right wingers. They even came after Jerry Sadowitz. Now, Jerry Sadowitz, yeah, okay, I'm an offensive comedian. I make people very upset and everything with the jokes that I make on stage. For Women Scotland, I do like them, I do enjoy them, but they do not like my comedy. Right? They were at the show, there was a bunch of them there. I made a bunch of jokes about women. It was fun. They didn't care for it, but at least they understood it was a comedy show. But basically, them and all their events and everybody else got their shows shut down. However, Jerry that's the point I was getting at. Yeah, okay, I do offensive comedy. Jerry Sadowitz is something else. He is the Phantom of the Opera, the Baba Yaga of the Fringe Festival in Edinburgh. He pulls his dick out, man. Like, he doesn't give a shit. He's probably one of the most offensive comedians out there. They even came after him. And because one thing for ages we were asking, like, how are we all getting cancelled? But fucking Jerry Sadowitz, like, not that we wanted him cancelled, we definitely didn't. How the fuck is he getting away with like some of the shit that he does? Well, they eventually came for him. They eventually came for him. But basically, the Fringe were like, oh no, we didn't block Count Dankula's show, blah, blah, blah. But here they are, like, but we never block shows, and here they are blocking shows. Like, they do it all the bloody time. Like, I don't know what they're talking about. Linehan has also written for shows including Count Arthur Strong, Brass Eye, and The Fast Show. He previously praised the Supreme Court's decision on confirming that the word woman was based on biological sex. Now, in regards to this, unfortunately, Graham fell for the bull baiting or bear baiting or whatever the terminology is for it. But that's what these people do. They go in your face and they do all this to make it look like they're going to hit you, and then when you react as the way you probably should react, they go, officer, and then get you into trouble. It's a technique as old as time, very famously used by Scientologists in America. Right? Unfortunately, Graham fell for it, but hey ho, sometimes they just pisses off that much. Now, one thing I keep having to nip this in the bud because there's a lot of people that still didn't really get the memo. I understand that Graham did a lot of shady things to me in the past when, with the GoFundMe and the Nazi pug trial and blah, blah, blah. But me and Graham have since reconciled. We've reconciled with each other. We had a nice dinner together down in London. We were sitting there talking. He's apologised to me several times. At the dinner, he apologised to me again to my face and everything. And yeah, we're fine. We're friends now. I think he's a great guy and he's a really talented comedian. He just sort of lost sight of himself for a little while. He kind of, remember how I says if you want to be in the business, you need to have left wing opinions. He sort of had a little bit of a wait a minute moment, right? And now he's fine, right? And some people are going, yeah, but I'm not going to forgive him. Well, I'm not going to forgive him. Well, let's not be like the leftists where, oh yeah, I understand that you've been a tireless advocate for the last decade, literally the last decade, morning, noon, and night, campaigning for left wing stuff, but unfortunately, we found a MySpace post from 2004. None of that matters now. You're out. Let's not be like that. If someone has reformed and they've apologized for their actions, we should welcome them with open arms. Let's not be like the leftists, right? Redemption should still be a thing with us, right? Because if you don't offer redemption, then people won't even try to seek it. Why the fuck should I change? Why the fuck should I change if I'm just going to be socially ostracized by both sides? Redemption should very much be a thing with us. Forgiveness is a pretty big thing, isn't it? But yeah, in regards to Graham, back off of him, right? Me and him are fine now. We're friends now. We're chill. Because I still see people tagging me and under these posts going, "You did this to count that." Yeah, like it's water under the bridge now. Right, relax with it. However, as for this, if this person was up ramming their phone in Graham Linehan's face, well, fuck around and find out.